Hello. Hey, Lewis. How are you? Hey, Squats and Strategies. Clay. Oh, okay. Hi. I'm Michael. How are you guys doing tonight? I'm doing good, thank you. Hey, Martha. It's very quiet tonight. I sat here for a few minutes. Hi, John. Sat here for a few minutes and just talked a little bit. Whistled. I'm not sure, but I thought I got a whistle back. Oh, no, you can use whatever account you want. Hey, Deb. Hi, Dee. I'll just call you Clay. Is everybody doing okay? Hey, Gordon. I've been doing a lot of praying lately. And there's a lot of people struggling out there. A lot of people struggling. Hey, Tracy. And I think this Sasquatch stuff, when we go out, our minds get on something else, but we still have our problems at home. But if they are truly guardians of this earth, it would make sense, don't you think? I don't know how long the lag is between me talking and you guys hearing me. It's the only thing I don't think I like about Streamlabs. Boy, the delay is really long. I heard a little howl earlier. I think it was a dog way, way far away. But that's how quiet it is. Isn't that weird? I was talking to Sandy today. I can't wait to go back up to the property. I really got to find out if I have a new clan up there. Or if it's the same clan. I want to see if Boo's back. I'm freaking out. Hi, Belle. I'd hate to lose him, you know what I mean? Been 4 years. So dead quiet out here. I haven't seen Boo in, wow, it's been a while. Me too, Gordon. Oh, Michael, I'm sorry to hear that. Is it flu or seasonal colds or what, Michael? You guys need to cut onions and put them in your house. Pull some of that nastiness hanging around. It does work. I just slice them in half and put them in a small bowl and put them around the house. You wouldn't believe what they look like a week later. Hey, cryptid. Oh. Okay. Tubal acidophilus, Michael. Hey, Nala. Hey, Brown. I like those 500-pound owls. Aren't they awesome? Hi, Tina. Put your earphones on, guys. Oh, I know now. Now we had, oh gosh, we got hit so hard. I did a tornado drill right in the middle of a possible tornado at work. They asked me to do it right then and there. That was interesting. I don't like doing that because it scares the residents. You know, it scares some of my patients. They don't like that too much. Hey, Wonder Pup. And then I told you guys. Oh yeah, I get that too, Brown. And I told you guys about my grandson telling me about that piece of property. You know, it's not too far away from me. I plan on going there. He just has to tell me. He still hasn't gotten, an okay for us to camp out there. But I really believe that the local forest rangers or whoever it is that handles that, I really think that they have set aside that area for them. Nobody goes in that area. It's a pretty big part of the national park, but it's all closed off. There's no reason for it to be closed off. So I want to go check it out, and if they tell us we can sleep there, we're going to go for a walk. He said he didn't get any bad, feelings, but he did get a feeling when he climbed up on this one rock outcropping towards an area. He said he did get a feeling like, maybe I'm going too far, and he turned around and left, went back the other way. He said it wasn't mean or nothing, he just felt like he didn't belong there. So I want to go check it out. Well, it's not too far from here. I mean, 10, 15 miles as the crow flies. And heck, that could be their area, when Chaffee's at it. Nothing would surprise me. Nebraska. Oh, I want to go there so bad. I don't know what's up with this weather. Every time I turn around, it's thunderstorms, and that one's heading across the states right now is pretty bad. Get past the spring weather, then we get into that hot stuff. I'd still like to go, to the property even when it's hot. I know I don't have any air conditioning, but we get by. I'm in Arkansas right now. The property's in Oklahoma. Did you guys hear that knocking? Sounded like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you. And it's not just rain. We can handle the rain. Sandy said the low water bridge is just flooded again. She can't get off the property. Yeah, I know. I watch that now. I watch it on the news, Texas and Louisiana. Here comes some wind. Listen to that. I love listening to that. Oh, I know. I heard. Hey, Quinn. It's so beautiful out right now. Absolutely beautiful. There's a slight breeze. I'd say it's somewhere in the low 60s. This is perfect sleeping weather for me. But I could sit at this window all night and just listen to the night sounds. I don't even hear any stupid crickets. No tree frogs. No nothing. Were they all hiding? Is there a storm coming? No, I just got here. I heard a whistle and that's all I heard. And a howl that was really far away. I just got on, because there's a lot of us that are night owls, cryptid, so I get on. If anything happens, that's fine. If not, we just chit chat. You know that. You've been here often enough. But I haven't heard any walking tonight. I don't even know if they're around. I don't feel like they're around. Oh, I did hear the 4 taps, so I don't know what that is. Okay, now that's walking. I... Did you hear that, guys? I just said there's no walking and there's walking. That is freaky. Oh, it never fails. You had a feeling? You gotta go with it, cryptid. Just as long as it's 2-legged and not 4. It's really distinct here. You can really tell the difference between the 2-legged and the 4-legged. Oh, wow, Brown. Where was it? Were you guys out walking? I'm looking. I don't see anything. Oh, yeah. It's freaky brown. Sometimes those tree snaps are enough to unnerve you. And I jump. I still jump. I don't know if it's ever going to happen, Clay. It's been canceled now, 3 or 4 times. I don't know. If it doesn't happen, I'll do my own Bigfoot Odyssey here. I'll just have to, I'll just have to do a whole thing myself here. I'll tell you the whole story from beginning to end one of these nights. It doesn't bother me anyway, I like Carrie and Linda. And when they invited me, it was at the very beginning. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I haven't even heard from them. They were trying really hard today to get that the reservation one uploaded, but Carrie said that it was taking forever. The babies mostly knuckle walk. The little ones spend more time on the ground, I think, and in the trees. But the big ones are. I've only seen them knuckle walk a couple of times. I mean, when they take off running, you'll see them standing up and then they disappear. So I know they've gone down on all fours. But when they sneak up on you, they're definitely knuckle walking. Yes, I will, Clay. Yeah, I know. Brown. That's what I'm saying. It freaks me out when they break limbs. It goes right up my spine. I mean, it just unnerves me, and I think they know it. They think they like doing that, but. Okay, sweetie, I'm not working tomorrow, so I'll call you. I'm about ready. I'm about done with my book, too. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys here at the window for a second. My husband just called me, okay? I'll be right back. You guys stay here and behave yourself. Call them, talk to them. Remember, hello, babies. Come on, babies. All right, I'll be right back. sure. Okay, did you guys hear anything? Hey, Barry. Hi, Tony. Anything happen while I was gone? The wind? I love the wind. Hello? Come on, babies. Come on. Well, if the walking was one standing around here, then he's in the normal place. He's hiding either behind the truck, or behind the car, or behind a tree. So, you guys with your inverted colors will have to find him. You all got acquainted? That's nice. You can't scare me, Tony. I saw your little ghost. That's what I'll do is I'll sit here nice and quiet, be listening, and all of a sudden I'll go boo, or I'll drop my phone and you guys all jump. Ain't I horrible? I can't help myself. Sorry. It's better than cats fighting. Crazy cats. Come on, babies. No, they're right in the driveway. You'll see over here. Sorry, over here, which I can't see. It should have a reflection off the truck somewhere. Although I can't see it. And then on this side is the car and the trees. So to the right is the car and the trees, and to the left is my truck. And usually when people do the inverted screen, they see one of them on the right-hand side. You see what? What do you see, Martha? The car and the truck? That's my truck. I love my truck. Hey, Tommy. Oh. Hi, all Tommy's nurses. We sit here and do med chats and listen to sounds of the night. And sometimes we're lucky enough to get a Sasquatch in my front yard. Oh, and you can get crickets and tree frogs. And tonight, lots of wind. Okay, Clay. Good night. I hear you out there. Sleep well, Clay. Here comes the wind. Yeah, get some sleep. Sleep and I don't get along much. I gotta try that, Martha. Uh-oh. Who overdid your pain meds? Your nurses? Bad, bad, bad. They gave me pain medicine for my tooth, and I was out cold. I mean, a couple of years ago. Out cold. And they laughed at me because it was a Tylenol 3. Oh, yeah. Medicine and I don't get along very well. I like the natural stuff, but when you give me pharmaceuticals, I'm gone. I'd make a horrible druggie. My tongue would be wagging 24 hours a day. I want to know where Guard is. Oh my gosh. Some of the people that aren't here, yeah, me too, Guard, and I don't handle it well. Some of the people that are normally here haven't been here, and I'm starting to worry about them. Martha, I'm going to pick up the phone and good night, Cryptid. I'm going to pick up the phone and move it around, see if you see anything, okay? I'll start with the right-hand side. I'll go slow. Yeah, Cryptid shows up, we hear walking, and then nothing. I heard something over there. Can't see it, but I heard something over there. Alright, I'll just leave it here. Oh, I gotta find that little... Hey, guess what I got? I got a little pedestal to put my phone on. Hey, Robin. I don't know what I do with it. I think it's in my bag from when I came back from the property. Sandy found it for me. Why aren't they going to feed you, Tommy? That's not right. Tell your nurses you're hungry. Yeah, I think if they're anywhere, because the walking sounded like it was dead ahead. Oh, rib separation from what? How'd you... Oh my goodness. Look at Gordon busting out hot dogs, pizza, hamburgers. You're not right, Gordon. That's not right. Okay, Tony. That's not right. Coffee, I'll take. The rest of it, no, no, and no. Those are all bad foods. Except for pizza, of course. Pizza's the bomb. I have Dove chocolate with almonds in it. What are all these new noises out here? What kind of brownies you have? Kinds with nuts and kinds without nuts. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Uh-oh, I hear talking. People talking. Go to bed. Bad eggs. Go to bed. Yeah, I know, right? He's making me hungry too. I have bananas, blackberries, noise. What is that? Okay, I'll take the hot links and the pickled eggs. You guys have your headphones on. I think they might be across the street. Or something's across the street anyway. You have to hit the little live button. And it'll ask you if you want to create it. Roll down to the bottom and say create. I love watermelon. That's something I can eat. At least she's laughing, Tommy. Anybody ever tell you guys this? Listen to this. This is really good. It is really good, trust me. I don't drink soda, right? But if you get something like 7 Up, and then you take watermelon, and you kind of mush the watermelon up and mix it with the 7 Up, it is the most incredible, refreshing, slam it drink that you can ever drink. I mean, oh my gosh, it's so good. About once a year I'll try it. But it has to be, the watermelon has to be perfect. Why, Louis, where'd you go? Oh my goodness. Yeah, 7 Up and watermelon. It is really good. Really good. Yeah, but where'd you go, Louis? That they had to send search and rescue. Bad boy. Bad, bad boy. Someone slap his hand. You know you can't do that. Too many people go missing. You better behave yourself. Don't make me come up there. Well, I'm sure she would. Good, Tommy. Someone always has to know where you're at. How long were you gone, Louis? Oh, you're so bad. When are you going to use Streamlabs, Robin? 6 hours. Oh, you're bad. I'd have been mad. That ain't funny. It's not funny. Good, Tommy. At least you got some food. You're not going to have surgery or anything, right? I don't know. Is Robin going live? I think she's going to try it. If she goes live, you guys jump over there. I'm just going to sit here and listen. Yeah, that's why I was asking her if she's going to go live. That'd be cool. Streamlabs is the only way we can do it right now. That's fine. In North, I keep showing my husband that you keep saying support Lady in the Woods. It's so funny. It's awesome. Thank you. I have 800 and something now. 865 or something like that. No, he doesn't need any beer, Wonder Pup. I'll get up there. Did you have open heart surgery, Tommy? You're telling on yourself. When are you going to go live, Robin? We want to show support. You mean you don't want to go out in the backyard? Go live? Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, just hit that create, come up with a name for it, make sure that it's public, and it'll just, and then you hit next and you're fine. But you'll have to roll it up if you're on your phone because it doesn't show you the bottom of it, so you won't know what to do, especially if you turn your phone sideways like I have to do. So, it's pretty easy though. Refresh D and see if it's still one thumbs up. Sometimes that happens. And then sometimes I just have one. That's okay. What's also nice, Robin, is it saves it to your phone too. There you go. it saves your whatever you like now. I'm live streaming this, and when I'm done, it'll save it to my phone and send it to YouTube. So that works out well because I figured if it got deleted on YouTube, I would still have it on my phone. I don't want. That's the one good thing about it. Because remember last time when they deleted my lives, I didn't realize that it would stay on my phone. They're in my pictures, so that's cool. I'm going to get my coffee. Dang, it is quiet. Guys, I don't even hear crickets. That's really freaky. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to get my coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, exactly, Michael. Why is that? No, you don't hear my tummy. My tummy's not making any noise. Why is it that one got deleted? You know? That made me really mad. Good night, Tommy. Yeah, take care of yourself, hon. I'll be praying for you. Yeah, my tummy's calling for coffee. All right, I'll be right back. Go and get my coffee. Behave yourself. Ouch. Don't spill the coffee. All right, what'd I miss? What'd Michael say? Ruh-roh Aggie? Tony, what is that word? Rorag. What is that word? That's it. I'm tongue-tied. I'm usually pretty good with English, but I don't think that's English. Oh, Scooby-Doo. Oh, I'm silly. So do I have to rename you Scooby-Doo? I still want to sleep outside. I wish this stupid weather would stop. I can't do anything I want to do. Wah, wah, wah. Scooby-Doo. Let's get together a camp out, guys. It's got to be a central location. I wish I could get a whole bunch of people. Well, this is just me being spoiled, but I wish I could get a whole bunch of people, like maybe 15, 20 people in a bunch of different tents all up on my property and camp out there for a week. No, I'm not going to cry, Wonder Pup. I love camping. I love camping. But we can, hi Ramona, we can have barbecues going all over the place. Sit around the campfire at night. I'll ask Boo if we can come out in the woods, and go do some night squatching. He might throw things at us, though, if he's still there. Like I said, I gotta find out if Boo's still there. I'm not awesome. I think we'd have fun. Be like, I'm listening. Do you know what's really weird, guys? Is the past 3 nights that I've been working, when I got home and went to bed, I didn't once hear any tapping on the window. I mean, do they see me come home in my uniform and say, let her sleep? Not that I sleep anyway, but. Hello? Hello? Is there anybody out there? What if you heard, hello? I know, Louis, that's what I'd like to do. I would really like to do that. Get a bunch of people together up on the property. You're funny, Tony. think people would really like it up there on the property because, like Barb and Gabby's, they're not aggressive, you know. So you can sit out there. Now they might toss pebbles or something at the tents, but they won't hurt you. Or you might have one of those little ones come by and grab the tent. But I think hopefully the people that do go aren't afraid. Chalk, hello, Chalk. Welcome. Who are you? You think that a week would be too long? 4 or 5 days, maybe? Sometimes it's okay to just do it on a weekend, but if you end up having one day of rain, it just kind of ruins the whole weekend. What was that? Another cat. Better not be. Now, don't make fun of him. Yeah, 5 days is good. I think 5 days would be good. We can go for, hey Barry, you can't watch me live though. I can't go live up there, Martha. What I can do though is we can go hiking. We can go looking for wild edibles and mushrooms. We can have a campfire and cook. And then at night is when all the fun begins. Oh, really? They said thank you to you? Yeah, I was just talking to Sandy a couple hours ago. She's showing me pictures of what she thinks is yarrow, and I keep telling her it's not yarrow. And she said, but it's got this and it's got that. And I said, no, it's not yarrow. You know, we don't touch it. Leave it alone until I get there, because the pictures that she's sending aren't, you know, they aren't good enough. But if you're looking at Queen Anne's lace or yarrow or your poisonous ones, then you have to be careful. It's mainly the stem that you look for, because with yarrow plants and with Queen Anne's lace, which is wild carrot, they're kind of fuzzy. I'm watching. You have poison oak on your ankle? The first thing I do, Robin, is baking soda and plantain. Mix plantain with baking soda and a little bit of water. Make a paste, put it on it, and voila, gone. Okay? You probably have plantain in your backyard. On my video, I showed pictures of the plantain, the broadleaf plantain. They grow everywhere. They're great for any kind of itching. But you mix that with the baking soda and grind it all up, and it'll be gone. Jewelweed too, yeah. But jewelweed isn't found everywhere. Plantain basically is. That's why I tell people about those, because you can find them in all 50 states, but jewelweed, I can't find them. Plantain is the bomb about a lot of stuff. Plantain will get rid of toothaches. Plantain will get rid of itching problems. There's all kinds of stuff plantain does. Calamine lotion or Caladryl, I don't use that. If you guys are allergic to poison ivy, not poison oak, but poison ivy, you can take this stuff called Rus Tox. And Rus Tox is actually made out of poison ivy, and you take it, and it's Ayurvedic, which means like cures like. So what you can do is take it, and it doesn't, and you'll build up an immunity to it. That's okay, Robin. You want to know what popped into my head when I asked them what their name was? You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. Big Boy. It popped into my head. It was probably me, but that's, I swear. No, they're not sugar pills. It's called Rus Tox. Yeah, poison hemlock. Well, poison hemlock's easy to identify because it has the splotchy stem stalk. The leaves are all completely different. But you have water hemlock, you have regular hemlock, and those things are absolutely deadly. You know, I know people that have picked hemlock and ended up really, really ill. So I don't want her picking up, you know, when she pulled it out of the ground and took pictures of it. Well, yeah, that's another way of doing it. But the Rus Tox is cheap. You start taking it, it'll build up an immunity to it. And my husband is highly allergic to poison ivy, and he used to go out there and burn leaves. And I told him, I said, "You're gonna die. You keep it up, because poison ivy is even worse when you burn it. I mean, that's way more toxic than touching it." So I started giving him the Rus Tox. In the last 2-3 years, he has not had one breakout. Yeah, not just purple on the stem, it's a splotchy purple. There are other ones that have purple on it, but it's splotchy looking. That's how you can tell it's hemlock. And also the leaves. When we go out there, like I said, I'd like to just go with the baking soda and thought about the plantain. Yeah, if you mix the plantain, the baking soda will take the oil out. There you go. You can take that plantain and just rub it in your fingers. You don't have to do anything with it, just rub it in your fingers. Or if you have a mortar and pestle like I do, you just grind it up. Or one of those, what are they called, magic bullets. Put it in a magic bullet. It'll automatically, you know, get moist. Add a little bit of baking soda to it and just put it on as a paste. It works really well. But I'd like to take you guys out there and show you some of the wild edibles that are out there. You can come down and join Gordon. You'll have fun. Plantain is good for so many things. Plantain's good for headaches. Plantain's good for diabetes. Plantain's good for a lot of stuff, and it really gets rid of a toothache. If you make a poultice out of plantain and put it on a bad tooth, your tooth pain is gone. Of course, I mix it. If you have an abscess, you mix it with activated charcoal, but gone, 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 pain gone. God made some awesome stuff out there for us to use. Well, I don't like the word hunt, Wonder Pup, but we can go on a little expedition. 40 acres up there at the top. Lots of stuff to see. And lots of places for people that can't do much walking to be able to sit and take their time. It's not like you go out and you rush around real quick. You can take hours to go over a small area. In plantain, your dog rolled in plantain or in hemlock? Robin. I hate this lag. I hate this lag. Ugh. I'm sorry, I don't hate it. It's stupid. Oh, yeah. Oh, the horses were up there last time. Oh, my gosh, they're so majestic. They're beautiful. I just stand there and stare at them. You know, that male just stands there and stares at me. We just look at each other. And then he'll just turn and walk off, but he stares at me. I stare right back. He is so beautiful. Oh my goodness, he's beautiful. He's brown, black. Okay, Robin. Sleep well, hon. God bless. Yeah, but see, here's the point, Wonder Pup. If you go live, 10 to 1, you're not going to see them. You know, like I said before, when I go up there, I don't take a lot of stuff out with me. I'm not loaded down. I don't take a camera and a FLIR I don't take any of that stuff because you get more activity. You know, you get more interaction if you don't take any of that stuff. Sure, tell them that you want to take pictures of stuff and then stop. You know, put the camera away and they will come out. If they're comfortable enough with you, they'll come out. You'll hear them, you'll see them. I mean, it's, you know, I can't guarantee anybody would see them, but I promise you, if you're up there at night, you'll know they're there. Especially if the little one jumps on the front steps. He couldn't have been very big, or she. I mean, it didn't rock the whole trailer. It just kind of moved it a little bit. It's just so quiet out here. I want some noise. Come on, guys, talk to me. Anyways. Yeah, they might knock your tent down, Dee. Yeah, I think so too, Gordon. I don't, like I said, I don't like to take anything. I'll take my bear spray and I'll have it on my hip, and they know what that's for. But no, I can't say that. I can't say they know what it's for. But it's on my hip, and it's not something I point. You know, I mean, I don't ever take it out unless I have to, and I haven't had to. So, you know, they don't know what it's for. So I was completely wrong on that. But my gun's always behind me, and it's covered up, and I know they know that I have it. My camera, if I'm going to walk around, I show them a camera first, and I tell them I will walk around with my camera, and that's what you guys see. But if you notice, I do that real quick. I run around real quick, and then I'm done because I want to spend the rest of the day with them. I don't want to spend the rest of the day with a camera. Yeah, I know they know what guns are. Like I said, I'll show them what I have before I go. I always do that. But the gun is put away. It's behind me. And it's covered up, so it's not like I'm carrying it around. Yeah, I have a big, huge cougar up there. I mean, he's over 200 pounds, and yeah, I carry it. Um, it makes me kind of nervous with my grandkids around. But and I have a knife that I always carry on me. But I show them everything. And when I sit right behind the trailer and just take pictures, I don't have anything on me. There's no reason to carry the gun there, and the grandkids aren't with me. They're usually in the RV at that time. But if I'm out there with the grandkids, you better believe it, because there's hog, there's rattlesnakes. Of course, I have a lock for the gun. I am scene safety. I am all about safety. And none of my grandkids will touch the gun. They don't even don't even want to try to learn how to use it. They're scared of it. Yeah, I have told him I haven't seen the cougar. I haven't even seen the print in over a year. I haven't seen any prints from the cougar in a year. I did see the bear this past year, right behind right where the gifting area is. I've showed you guys that. I can't believe that thing just walked right by there. Yeah, he might be gone. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know any of that. I don't know anything for a fact. I know the last 2 or 3 times that I've heard coyotes on the property, they were so probably they were so close that I could probably have opened the front door and actually seen them. I mean, they were really close. I've got to get that audio uploaded. I keep meaning to do that, and I keep forgetting. Someone's got to remind me. I keep forgetting to do that, but I've got some really good audio. Hey, Brandon. You guys can hear walking right by um, the audio recorder. You can hear talking. And I had to sit by the window and really strain my ears to listen. It made me think there was actually people out there, maybe they were hunting or something. But, and I can't guarantee that it was Sasquatch talking, because I couldn't hear. I just could hear the talking. It was so far away. So I don't know what it was, but you can hear it on the recorder. We had walking earlier, Brandon, but I haven't heard anything really. I heard a short whistle. We heard walking, but it's been quiet. But it is 1:30, so if they're here, they'll either make noise or they won't. So far, not a whole bunch. Did I look for what out by my tree? There's nothing out there. There is nothing out there. Absolutely nothing. Well, thank you for stopping by, Brandon. You're welcome. Anytime. Yeah, it has to be Ramona. It doesn't look like it's the same height, even from up here. But it's the only thing I can think that it possibly could be, because there's nothing else out there. I don't even know if that's going to happen, Brandon. Been canceled again, so I don't know if it'll happen or not. We'll just figure out. If it happens, it happens. Like I told them, if it doesn't happen and I don't end up on the Bigfoot Odyssey show, I'll do my own here. I'll just tell you guys from beginning to end what happens. We'll see. I mean, Carrie said that he was going to call me, but, you know, when I listened to the last show, he said he was going to Rick's and the Res and someplace else, but and he thought I had all my videos on a thumb drive or something, and I don't. I don't have any of that stuff. It's all on my computer, but I don't know how to do that stuff. I just take pictures. So I guess I'll go get me a thumb drive. That's right. We get it all to ourselves. Nobody else has to come if they don't want to. We can either listen, or we can jaw jack, or we can just be here for each other, keep each other company. Yeah, I was listening to Carrie today, and he was explaining to a couple people that he started uploading it yesterday, and it was at 50% when he went to bed, and when he got up, it was still 50%. So there was some kind of glitch or something, and they told him to restart it. So he's having troubles uploading it. It was supposed to be uploaded today, but he did start it yesterday. It just didn't go through. Hey, Mike. He was going to make plans to come see me. Well, we'll see. I don't think the government was shutting it down. I think it's just such a large, because that's happened to me too. I've went to load these right here at night, and it's been like it's 81% for 2 days. I just leave it. I don't do anything with it. I just leave it, and eventually it'll pop up. But the ones that take forever is when there's storms around. When there's storms around, it just takes forever. Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for Chaffee to start up again. It's about time for Chaffee to start when they start up, and they won't start up again until October. But they'll start doing these dropping guys from the sky stuff. Okay, Martha. And when they start dropping them from the airplanes is when I get a lot of activity here. So that should be really close, this month sometime, or at the end of this month. And I can't wait for that because that's a fun time. I get to watch them too. I'm driving home from work and I see all these things in the air. At first I didn't know what it was. I was like, who's throwing flares? But then, because Chaffee's so close, I was on my roof and I had my night vision goggles out. And I was watching, and they actually drop people from the sky. Hi, Maury. I consider myself blessed, Brandon. They come around, seems to me, like no matter where I'm at. Ladies, little rascals. Yes, you are, Tony. Oh, you guys missed it. That was one that didn't upload either. But I went up here and I turned it on. You could hear them bombing. My house was shaking. The phone was sitting right here like it always is, and it was doing. No, don't let me scare you. It was doing this. I mean, it was bouncing all over the place. Yeah, I won't feed them. Feeding them's not a good thing to do. I'll take them feathers. I'll take them marbles. Listen, I don't have to feed them. I've got grapes. I've got peaches. I've got apples. I've got pears. And they'll eat them all gone, okay? So I don't have to feed them. They take them off there and that's it. You didn't miss anything, Maury. We had a couple footsteps. Everybody heard the footsteps, bipedal, and a short whistle, but that was it. I've had nothing. Nobody, people that are watching aren't seeing anything, so I don't know if, I don't know. Yeah. No, what's a Seneca guns? Oh, I've had some before I knew about the going live like this. I mean, I just had it on my phone. Man, I'd sit here and listen to that. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think about going live. I would just sit here and listen to it. What is Seneca Guns, Maury? Welcome back, Martha. Hi, Pat. Hi, Morning Dove. No, I probably didn't see it, hun. Statement earlier about young guy leaving my house? No, what are you talking about? Was I here? Didn't I go get coffee? What'd I miss? Say it again, Tony. Hi, Rietta. How you doing, hun? Good, hun. Email me. Tell me how you're feeling. What I can do to help. Oh, yeah, that's happening everywhere, Maury. When some guy left your house, Tony, you felt instant fear? What'd I miss? I missed something. I've had that before. Trust me. Oh. Oh, he did. Hmm. Yeah, my granddaughter had the same problem. She said, "Grandma, I want to go home. I want to go home." She was really scared. She was crying. I think sometimes that people are more open than they think they are, and or they realize. And if these guys talk to them or acknowledge that they're there, some people just don't know how to handle it. They don't know what it is. Oh yeah, I don't blame you there, Tony. You got so much activity going on there. Okay, Gordon. Good night, hon. Thank you. Blessings. Sleep well. That was my belly. family. Family, Gordon. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to set it up. Hi, Miss Pat. I know you're lurking. I'm glad you're here. But I really want to, I really, 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 hey Nita, want to get us together. I think that'd be great, especially if you haven't had a sighting. If you haven't had any experience, I think it'll be perfect. I think my place is the perfect place for that. Look at that. What a sweet group we have. Everybody says hi. Everybody's nice to each other. When I get back on YouTube, because I can't put moderators on here. You'll be there in spirit, Martha. I'll be taking you with me. You and Pat, I promise. Yes, you are loved. Something as simple as a smile and a hello does wonders for people. In such a distant and apathetic world, a smile and a hello. Genuine. Don't say hi to people, how are you, and don't mean it. Stay there and wait for an answer. You'd be surprised what happens. They don't expect it. People don't expect it. And I've actually had people stop and just look at me like, what are you waiting for? And I said, seriously, is everything okay? And they're like, yeah, why? And I said, well, I'm making sure everything's okay. And they're like, okay. I mean, it shocked them. And you need to do that once in a while. It's good for you. We are family, family, family. Yeah, I still believe there's a lot of kindness in the world, and it motivates me to stay that way. Although I don't think it's natural to be unkind. I think it's a learned thing. And I'm a hugger. I'll shake hands. My favorite thing to do is when you have, that's funny, Maury. If you have somebody who's, I don't know, narcissistic or, just think highly of themselves, and they come up and they stretch out their hand, because they definitely want you to know who they are. And they stretch out their hand, and I said, no, give me a hug. And then they're like, what? What? Then all of a sudden, they don't want to be center of attention anymore. It's too funny. I've watched it happen 100 times. Oh, people make me laugh. We can change things, guys. We can. Yep, I'm all about hugs. And true hugs, not those fake ones either. When you give someone a hug, give them a hug because you mean it. I hate this, shoulder stuff. That's not a hug. Yeah, my book, when I explained my mom's hugs, she was always talking about making memories. I'm a hugger, 6'6", 260. So most ladies look at me. I couldn't read the rest of it. You can give PC hugs, Mike. Yes, you can. Good night, John. People have a tendency to fall asleep on my live chats. It's okay. I won't hold it against you, I promise. Yeah, she'd call it making a memory. So you give real hugs. Oh, stay safe, Chuck. I'm praying for people down there. Good grief. Yeah, everybody needs to say prayers for Louisiana and Texas. Boy, they're getting slammed. But welcome. Good night, John. No, I didn't fall asleep. One day at a time, Mike. He took it pretty hard with his dad passing. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends and family down there, and it's pretty rough. Yeah, we're getting more rain here, too. I can't go to the property this weekend. I won't be able to get onto the property or off. Yeah. You guys are going to get hugs whether you want it or not. Nanny, nanny, nanny. Louis wants a hug first. You guys are spoiled rotten, you know that? Oh. When I first met my husband, he was not a hugger. He is now, but he was not a hugger. Yeah, Maury, he passed. Oh, cat's running. Whoa. What the heck was that? Where are my mods? Where's my moderators? Hey, Brown. Thank you, Tony. No, the cat is screaming on the roof. That's called a troll. Yeah, you're not kidding. It has been a phenomenon. I'm telling you, The storms are just popping up out of nowhere. And the one that hit here, it we were outside. The sky was black. It looked like we were going to have a tornado, and I was at work. And I went ahead and I did the tornado drill for everybody. When I went back outside, there were so many downed trees. Yes, Chuck, I'm in Arkansas. Downed trees. It looked like, oh my gosh. Yes, Maury, they do. There were busted limbs, busted trees. It looked like there was like a tornado actually had hit. I mean, I was surprised. I've got a little bit of light hail damage on my truck. My beautiful truck. I'm teasing. It's just hail damage, but not much. How's things going, Brown? Where, Tony? You got any more action at your place, Brown? That cat is not happy. Trying to get into the house. It's like, uh-oh, something's out there. Yeah, you hear how quiet it is here? It is dead silent here. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Yay. How's he getting back in? Yeah, it's kid stuff. Whoever my moderators are, you can block them from the channel. Just keep blocking them. I think they change one letter or number or something like that, and they can do it all day long. So just, yeah. Thank you, Nita. Yeah, a little bit different name. Good night, Dee. Sweet dreams, hon. Hugs. Yeah, they'll probably do it again, too, because, that's what kids do when they're bored. Why are they up at 2 o'clock in the morning anyway? Hi, Treva. Good night, Mike. Sleep well. God bless everybody that's leaving. Yes, I love my moderators. Kick them. You don't worry about it, Dee. You take care of your aunt. Take care of you. I don't know, Maury. I don't know what it is that they can see or they can't see. I can't tell you that. I really don't know. I know that no matter what I put out, they know it's there. It doesn't matter what it is. I actually had to throw my audio recorder on the ground. I had to replay it, okay? I had to say hello, 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 and then push playback, and I put it up in the air so they can hear it. And then I threw it on the ground and told them, I said, this won't hurt you. And then I pointed to my ear and I said, it's only to hear you. And I put it back up there. They haven't touched it since. But I've tried 2 or 3 times to use my little hidden camera, because I have a tiny little hidden camera. No matter where I put it, I had no activity. None. I mean, they didn't even so much as come up. So I'm not going to try to trick them anymore. I'm not doing it. I just won't, I don't even trip. And here's the thing. I'll be doing baseboards for someone starting my... Oh, I love building. Anyway, I even thought about turning on my camera at night inside the RV, because I'm up all night in there too. But the activity stops. I'm just not doing it. I like things the way they are. I've said that 1,000 times, but I'll just keep repeating it. What are you doing working on here? Bad, bad. What kind of work do you do, Maury? Baseboards are easy. Easy peasy. Okay, someone say something because I want to make sure that my... Oh, there you go. Yep, that's the cat. It's on my roof, looking at me. No, it's not my tummy. Louis, stop it. Where you going, Brown? Yeah. I'll give it up soon enough. Ooh, cool. I love redwoods. I want to see one. Hey, Frost Dude. I put a glow stick out there with my audio recorder, and they play with it. You can actually hear them pick the stuff up there. Did I tell you guys they broke the second flute? What am I going to do? I need a metal one. Someone's got to find me a metal flute so they can't break it. Oh, cool, Maury. I want to see the redwoods. That's one thing I've not seen that I really want to see. Yeah, they broke it twice. No, I didn't get the Dr. Seuss books. Her mama was sick. Well, thank you, Brown. One of these days I'll make it up there. I have every intention on going up to Idaho and then going from Idaho to Washington. I want to make a trip up there. Just do a loop. Well, to me, a loop anyway. Go up to Idaho, go to Washington, go to California, come back around. Yeah, that's where I've been looking, Maury, is the pawn shops, because I'm not buying a brand new one. Too expensive. But if I had that, I'd put it up there. You know, they took off. Did you guys see that? They took off with the, what was that thing called? Boy, I just went blank. I totally went blank. Exactly, Brown. My son lives in California. He's down in San Diego, so... And he would shoot me if I didn't come visit. I still can't think of that word. I just lost the word. What'd Tony say? 14 hours. Can you imagine that drive for me? The mouth organ. It's a mouth organ. I can't think of the word. Tony, say it again. I missed it. You're bad. You're so bad. Harmonica, that's it. Thank you. I was like, what is that word? Yes, harmonica. All I can think of was mouth organ. It just, right off the top of my head, gone. I don't know why. Oh, I'm telling you, it's so weird. Anyways, they took that and didn't bring it back. So I don't know where the harmonica went. Yeah, mouth organ. Well, I do puzzles, so when it says mouth organ, I can say harmonica, but this time I went blank. Oh, that was cute. Anyway, maybe I will try to get him something else. I just don't know what else to get him. If they broke the plastic flutes and the wooden flutes and I can't put anything out like a guitar or anything, it's got to be something small but big enough where they won't break it if they touch it. So give me some ideas. That's right. You guys all understood what I meant. Oh, maracas. That's a good idea, Nita. Ooh. Dang, that scared me. I actually jumped. That'd be cool, Martha. Xylophone? You mean a xylophone, Louis? Bad boy. Yeah, it's a brain fart. That's cute. Mouth harp. Kitty, go away. You're not coming in. No. 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 You can't come in here. It's a good thing Matt's not here. He'd be giving me grief. Where's Matt anyway? My goodness, I don't think you could get any quieter here. Yeah, there's a lot of kids' toys, if you think about it, that would work really well. Too bad we got rid of them all because my youngest is 12, my youngest grandchild. Well, no, she's not. The one in California is younger. All right, what was that? Yeah. Oh, that's funny, Belle. I hated that part of the movie, actually. When I heard that thing, I was like, uh-oh, yikes. Fisher-Price Popper? What is that, Nita? Oh, it's been so long since I bought toys. Louis, I'm going to send you to your room. I do like the Jurassic Park movies. All of them. Oh, yeah. It'd be kind of hard. What the heck? What are you throwing stuff for? That wasn't very nice. Wow, that was really weird. What did you throw? And why did you throw it? Are you mad? Are you mad at me? Am I not paying attention to you? What'd you say, Tony? I missed it. I was looking at them out there. What did Tony say that was funny? Come on, talk to me. Yeah, they want my new iPhone. They can't have it. Can you believe that? Throwing stuff at me. Come on, babies. What's the matter? Since when do you throw things? They throw tiny things. They don't usually throw anything big. But whatever that was, it was pretty big. I don't know what it was, though. I have to go look, see what's new down there. Sorry. No, Dee doesn't sing. Just gonna irritate him. Come on, babies. Okay, Elo. Come on, stay, Ima. Well, Sandy and I talked about the property, and she's not saying anything. In fact, the last time I told her, I said, well, if you're really adamant about it, I'll come pick up the RV and next weekend. And she goes, stop it. And I said, well, you started it. She goes, just stop it. And so I don't know about that anymore. And as far as the scrubs, there's 2 different places I'm looking at right now, but I was working the last 3 days, so I haven't been able to contact them or get phone calls back because they called during the day and I'm at work. So I'm off tomorrow, so that's why I'm planning on making some phone calls. Yeah, but Lewis, they always throw small stuff. They don't ever throw big stuff like that. That was something big. It sounded like a big rock. Of course I love my irritation. Everybody loves my irritation. Because my favorite thing to do is irritate people. They didn't throw a cat. No, they did not. But the cat's quiet. Scared the cat, too. Thank you very much. I did notice this, and since I've been getting a lot of prayers, I've been doing a lot of praying, I'm getting bombarded. I mean, literally, getting bombarded. But that's all right. That's when I pray more. Harder. I prayed a lot harder when I get bombarded. My dander gets up. I hear you. Mabichi stay Emma. You're beautiful. there's the cat, so it wasn't the cat. I don't know what it was that was thrown. Like I said, I'll have to go out tomorrow and look. I'm not going out tonight. No, the cat's not dead. Louis, you're going to get grounded. Oh, I need coffee. What, kitty? You better go away. You're going to get thrown. No, no, no. The cat's talking back. Can you believe that? Cat's right there. Yeah, there's nothing metal over here, though. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing here. They could have hit the gutters or something with something. Well, I won't be able to see that either. If it was a small dead animal, I won't be able to see that because it's too dark tonight. I don't know, Maury. You hear that, right, Tony? Let me in. Let me in. No, no, and no. Kitty, go play. No. 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 I have no idea when Carrie's going to come see me. We'll just leave that alone. What live show, Rayetta? That cat's just sitting there staring at me. Crazy cat. Hey, it's about time for that armadillo. Yeah, we've had a lot of cats disappear, so I don't know. I don't know if it's the coyotes getting them. I don't know what's getting them. Something's getting the cats. Oh, not by choice, Chuck. Well, I take that back. It's probably by choice. Because I went out looking to expose the truth and call people hoaxers and liars. That's what my intent was. No, Maury, I don't have any Chinese restaurant. My intent, Chuck, was actually I just thought it was a joke. You know. If my daughter-in-law heard you talk that way, Tony, she would shoot you. Let me go get my coffee. I'll be right back. Be right back. Ooh, I love Savannah, Georgia. I love Savannah, Georgia. That is a beautiful place. I see a shadow in my front yard. Does anybody else see that? It's Frappuccino, Maury. Just one of my Frappuccinos. If I had light, I'd show you. Yeah, right here, Martha. Saw a shadow between the trees. No, the Starbucks bottles. Some right about there. I just saw a shadow. I can't see it with the phone, but I can see it with my naked eye. Hey, Matt. Speak of the devil. Yeah, but back when I was going through Savannah, it was just gorgeous. I used to drive from Florida to Ohio back and forth because my family lived in Ohio. That's where I'm from, and I moved to Florida. And I used to go through Savannah, Georgia, just to look at some of those old, mansions that they have down there. Gosh, they're just beautiful. Some were just falling apart, and some of them that they've redone. That was back in the 80s. Well, that's everywhere, though, Nita. Same with Cleveland. One block over, and you're toast. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Oh, yes, they are. Cleveland Zoo is world-renowned. It's a great zoo. But people have no idea the neighborhood they're in. Tony, you're going to get grounded. Come on, babies. If you hear running, don't say I didn't warn you. I've never seen one, Maury. I believe people when they say they have, but I've never seen one. I had a horrible nightmare about one. I mean, a horrific nightmare about one. Scared me for a month. Basically, I couldn't sleep. Where you going, Lewis? Hello, Haywood. Welcome. Are you leaving, Lewis? Where's Matt leaving? Oh, gosh. Seriously? All right, Nita. Oh, I need to be on YouTube. Get off of the Streamlabs. I can't do anything. Thank you, Nita. I'd like to take that person and stick them outside of my property at night. Let them, make their nasty comments out there. Where did Matt go? Hello? What did you say, Rayetta? Get him, Nita. And another one bites the dust. I pray, Mike, that the Lord Jesus gets a hold of you. There's no reason for that kind of stuff. None. Thank you very much, Nita. Because he's a child. When they pop in like that, everybody just say something like Jesus, 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 Jesus. They'll go away on their own. They don't like that name. Yeah, I promise you guys, I still have you guys' hats. They're all done, ready to go. Jesus, 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 Jesus. John, would you like to add your 2 cents to our conversation about the Lord Jesus? That's right. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Our Lord and Savior. And he is rebuked. Rebuked. Amen and amen. What a name. What a beautiful name. Ooh. No, you don't get a cone hat and sit in the corner. Yeah, that was me, Ramona. I was just imitating something I heard. You know, just once I would like to take one of those people and turn them around and have them actually stay and become civil, and I think that would be better than anything else. But the filth is, you know, is just wrong. That's why I said just keep saying Jesus. They just can't stand the name. That's fine by me. I can listen to it all day long. Are you listening to this? It's across the street. Come on, babies. Come on. They're just kids. They need prayer more than anything. Imagine. No, my mailbox is made out of concrete, and I can't pick up my mailbox and throw it. Hold on. Let me look. See, can you hear that? The lower part of my house is made out of bricks, and the top part is siding. And we just had the mailbox done in brick, and yeah, now that's child abuse, Nita. My kids ever talk like that, I'd break their teeth. I'm telling you, they never did, but my daughter said a bad word once, and I slapped her. That was it. I've only had to slap my kids across the face, probably once. Didn't take longer than that. I hear you. Kids just aren't getting disciplined today because their parents are afraid to discipline them. And not just afraid of the court system. They just think it's cruelty. You know, they've been taught wrong. There's a difference between cruelty and discipline. Yeah, the Bible didn't mean smack them with the rod either. It meant to guide them with the rod. I can't stand going to the stores and having a child take something off the shelf, throw it on the ground, and have the mother stand there freaking out, you know, crying because she can't get her kid something, or because the kid's throwing a hissy fit. That child would be over my knee in a newborn heartbeat. They don't consider them consequences, though, Brietta. They just turn around and look back and blame the parents. You know, you didn't do this and you didn't do that, so it's your fault. They're not looking at their consequences for their lives. They're not looking at the consequences for their actions. They're looking for someone to blame. That's what's wrong with these kids today. That's my biggest issue that I have. They're just desensitized, and they think they have no hope, and they turn around and they blame. They blame for everything. School, friends, family, everything. They blame. Right, Maury. But if they weren't taught what a lady is, they wouldn't know. You know, we're old school here. These kids don't have any idea. Grandparents don't have the same job as they did 50 years ago. Grandparents today are raising the grandkids. We can't be just grandparents and teach them, things that they did. So much has changed. I don't want to be here in 50 years. Of course, I won't be, but I don't want to be here in 50 years. I don't want to see what happens, what goes from here. No, thank you. I'm hoping and praying that people wake up. That it's not too late and they can turn things around. I'm hoping the next generation sees what's going on. That's my biggest prayer. But you can't even walk in for an interview anymore. Everything's done online, and they can just easily just get rid of your application and never even find out the type of person you are. There's no commonality anymore. I mean, this is craziness. They need to have the one-on-ones. People need to sit down and have conversations. Parents need to talk to their children. Parents need to talk to the teachers, I mean, there's got to be conversation. I don't know. Lewis, what'd you hear? I don't know where Matt went. Well, not most of the places. I went in to apply for a couple of jobs and they told me that I had to go back and apply online. I mean, what? It's ridiculous. Yeah, when I start talking, they usually start acting up. And kids got their face inside of the TV or the iPads or iPhones or whatever. Parents are doing the same thing. They can't go 5 seconds without a cell phone. I don't have a cell phone the whole weekend. I'm up there at the property and I don't miss it at all. Lewis. Yeah, social isn't social anymore. I don't know why they called it, social media, because it's not social at all. Yeah, if they can keep their kids occupied so they don't have to deal with them, they will. And that's ridiculous. They don't realize what will happen later when those kids grow up. There's so many things that they're going to miss that they think is true from the social media. When they're searching the web, they're going to think everything that they see on there is real. Me too, Maury. I mean, we're doing social media right now, but I could put that phone away and the computer away for a month and not even think about it. Oh, yeah. Preparing for for AI. Because now, I mean, the people that have the money that can afford it, they move into an apartment, everything's done by AI. Turn on my lights, turn on my radio, shut off my lights, run my bath water. I mean, geez, talk about laziness. Amen, Martha. Yeah, it's really horrible. I think it's going to be wicked. Oh my goodness, I don't know where it's going to go from here. The only social skills they got right now is, from Twitter and Snapchat and the rest of those stupid things. If they don't have 10,000 followers, there's something wrong. They're not popular. God bless America. It wasn't like that when we were growing up, was it, guys? At all. You eat moon pies, Tony? Oh, I don't either, Maury. I don't do any of them. The only reason that I have Facebook is because I have to do it for my scrubs. Otherwise, I wouldn't even have Facebook. I haven't had a moon pie in years. I mean, we're talking years. They still make those things? I was talking to somebody the other day and I told them what I miss. Did you remember those little pieces of paper that had the little dots of candy on it? The penny candy that you buy in the store when we were little? Those are my favorites. Tony, you don't need to be eating moon pies at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, yeah. Well, and people don't pay attention. Think about it. Everybody's on their phones. Nobody's paying attention. You're not looking in people's eyes anymore. It'd be so easy for someone to walk off with somebody. Nobody would ever pay attention. They have their heads, either headphones on and with their eyeballs on their phones. They don't see anything around them. You don't need to be eating this late at night. Go drink some water. No food. It's too late. Hungry at 3 o'clock in the morning. What's the matter with you? That's horrible, Martha. It's horrible. Oh my goodness. Where were the parents when this kid was kidnapped? That's just crazy. Do you remember, I think it was in the late 70s, early 80s. Do you remember when people used to have those, like, leashes for their children? Do you remember that, guys? And people got really mad? Oh, me too, Chuck. I remember that. Yeah, and people got mad because they said that it was, that was abusive. It was horrible. It was like putting a dog on a leash. But I'd much rather do something like that and my kid not disappear. I was the most paranoid mother on the planet. They said they had 100,000 kids missing in the United States, and probably 200,000 were missing out of Florida, and that's where I lived, raising my kids. And those kids weren't allowed anywhere away from me. I was a paranoid mother. But heck, I've seen people let their little kids, 2, 3, 4-year-olds, run around Walmart barefooted. There's nothing wrong with a child leash. But let them run around barefooted, half naked, by themselves, in Walmart and them paying attention to clothing or something, that kid could disappear in a second. Oh my goodness. Lewis, knock it off. Me too, Tina. Worry. At least you're paying attention, Lewis. That's right, it's called brown fat. Me too, Tony. Trees on top of houses. I was outside. These kids don't go outside. And then they come in and they're breathless. Nita, knock it off. You guys need to stop that. No eating this late at night. Knock it off. Oh my gosh, you guys are so bad. You're gonna make me want cookies now. Knock it off. I don't have any cookies though. Ooh, there's that nasty smell again. Ooh, nasty. What the heck is that? Hear my sniffer? Oh, my kids loved it outside in the winter. It is like a wet dog smell. A little bit more rank than a wet dog. It's like a wet dog smell. Maybe that possum's around here. I think that thing stinks. I don't think the kids could handle it if you put them outside and made them play outside for a few hours. They'd probably lose it. Hello? Check whose shoes. My feet don't stink. And I'm barefoot anyway. Do you remember when, it was one of those Bigfoot shows, they used to put those things out of pheromones? Don't you think that was stupid? Lewis are bad. Yeah, I don't think they'd know what having fun actually is. To them, fun is the stupid phones. How many games they can get on it. At least my grandkids love to color and draw. My son still draws. Still colors. He brought a picture in today and showed me that he's drawing. Oh my gosh, that smell is horrible. That is rank. Ooh. Something stinks. I love to color too. I still color. Your grandkids are brats? Oh, I love my brats. They just consider the property working now because they have to get their own wood for the fire and stuff. Hush, Lewis. Hello? Hello? What the heck? Who are you? What's your name? Are you gonna talk to me? Come on, it's okay. You're okay. Okay, Elo. Come on. Come say hello. You're safe here. It's okay. Come on. Tony, I'm gonna send you to your room. You guys aren't getting cookies. Knock it off with the cookies. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna ground all of you. I will bring homemade cookies on our little get together. Yep, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Come on, babies. Come on. Good night, Rayetta. Email me, hun. Tell me what's going on with you. Yeah, I don't know where Matt went. Where did you go? Come on, it's okay. That smell is really rank. Whatever it is, it's close by. Good grief. It's the first time that it's been that close. The smell. I've smelled it before, but not like this. This is really rank. It's really strange. Wonder why it doesn't happen all the time. More pungent than a wet dog. Come on, Stinky. Ramona. They might take offense to that, you know. Boo! I will hug him and I will squeeze him and I'll call him George. And he will probably take your head off. Hey, Tracy. What are you doing up so late? Did I scare y'all? Oh yeah, Chuck, I've been to Falk. Oh, I had a wonderful time at Falk. Listen to this, Chuck. This is really cool. No, I'm not leaving deodorant. No, not doing it. Oh, don't let finals bother you. You got this. You're fine, Tracy. Don't worry about it. You got this. Anyways, Chuck, listen to this. Went down to Falk. We first got there because we went down with a group. And we first got there. I was listening to this guy talk, and I said, I recognize his voice. You know, where do I recognize him from? And one of the guys that I was with, went over and started talking to him. He was the guy from Killing Bigfoot. I was so mad that he was there. Okay, I didn't want him to be there anymore. Anyway, so we set up our tents, and I stayed on the wood line. You know, I put our tents on the wood line and parked my truck up there. And we had a possibility of rain, so I put these tarps over it and stuff, covered it up. Anyway, well, the guy, David, that I had brought down there with us, you know, my grandson, Gabe came with us. And David had hurt himself. I don't know if he's supposed to go there or not. Anyway, David hurt his leg really bad, and I had to, you know, dress it all up. And so we ended up staying in camp that night, and everybody else went out. Well, I'm in my tent, and Gabe's, you know, next to me in the tent, and David's in the tent, you know, on the opposite side of me. And I hear this running. I mean, everybody had taken off. You know, they'd all gone walking. They had their flashlights, and you can hear them out there, tree knocking and all that stuff, which I don't do. But anyway, and I hear somebody run. So I opened up the tent window, and I looked out there, and, you know, I said, who's there? And I mean, it went by really fast. So I thought maybe someone had forgotten something and came back. But that wasn't what it was, you know. So I zipped it back up, and I'm sitting down, I'm talking to Gabe, and then all of a sudden David said, Dee. And I said, what? He goes, there's something right here. And so I listened, and I can hear footfall, heavy footfall. And he started getting really, really nervous. And I told him, I said, it's all right, you know. And he said, oh my gosh, it's right here. And so I get up, and Gabe gets up, and we're just sitting there listening. And then the next day, because we were all freaked out because it sounded like it was right there, and it was. The very next day when we went outside, there was a footprint, probably about 17 inches long, 18 inches long. It was really big, and it had stepped on the very corner. You know how you tie down the sides of a tent? It stepped on the corner of that right by David's head, and the footprint from the dirt was actually on his tent. I mean, it actually just put its foot right there on, it stepped down on that part that was tied down. And when David got up the next day and saw that, he freaked out. He knew. He said, I could hear it breathing. I mean, it was scary. That sucker was huge. And the guys had gone out. They got some pictures of, I don't know, just footprints in a little teeny, I guess there's a little island type place out there off the water, and they had gone out there in canoes, and I let Gabe go. And he said that one of the guys had gotten out of the canoe and actually climbed up on this little island thing and found footprints all over the place. And so that was fun. I like going to Fouke. I mean, I think that place is great. And if you don't go with a lot of people, I don't think you get aggressive. I don't think they're really aggressive, but I know that you get a lot of encounters down there. So I plan on going back. They were supposed to have another one this year. I think it's sometime in June, but I'm supposed to be going to Idaho in June. So there's so many places I want to go. But Fouke, Arkansas is fun. And if you have a bad encounter in Fouke, then there's something wrong with you, because they are so used to people, it's crazy. And I haven't heard one person have a bad encounter down there, except for years ago. I think they kind of got used to people, especially in that park. But there's 2 or 3 places you can go down there that you can camp. And the guys stayed after we left. We got rained out. I woke up and everything I had was flooding. It was all floating in water, including my blow-up mattress. And so, we just packed everything up and left. And the guys stayed there for another 3 days, and they went live and were showing us. I mean, they were standing in one little tent, and it was pouring down rain. All their equipment, everything was just flooded. And I was kind of laughing because I told them, I said, you better get out of here while you can. But if anybody gets a chance to go to Fouke, you need to do it. It's a really good place to go. And it's pretty clean. And they're very adamant about you cleaning up after yourself, about you not, getting drunk down there and causing a mess and blah, blah, blah. 2016. I was down there in 2017. Hi, Matt. Yeah, like I said, this year, I don't remember when, what time, I don't remember when it's supposed to be, but they're supposed to have another outing down there. 2 or 3 groups are going to get together and do an outing down there in Fouke this year. I got to check into that and find out when the dates are. More bedtime stories. You guys want to hear my nightmare about the DM? That's horrible. You guys have nightmares. I'm not going to tell you that one. That is wicked, 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 wicked. I mean, literally, it took me about a month before I could sleep well, when I did sleep. Nita says, no. Tracy says, yes. I'll tell you another story. I'll tell you what happened to me when I went to Honeby the first time. And that's not a bad story, okay? All right, so the first time I went to Honeby, we'd gone there just on a kind of like a joke, I wanted to see, I'll give the kids something to do, get them out of the house. And I found out that they had this Bigfoot festival down in Honeby, Oklahoma. So I take the grandkids down there and my husband, and we walk around, and there's nothing special, and we're just kind of laughing, They got all this stuff. It's cute. Anyway, so we didn't go inside and listen to anybody, talk, because you had to pay to get in, and I wasn't that interested. And I realized I wasn't really interested in the subject of Bigfoot. I just thought it was a joke, honestly. So then about 6 o'clock at night, one of the guys had said, on the intercom, he said, everybody come up because we're going to have story time. So my grandkids wanted to go, and my husband and I went up there, and we sat down on this bench, and the kids sat around the fire. And they were listening to the stories, and some people come up and they tell you stories, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I walked up and I asked one of the guys, I said, what's he talking about, as far as expeditions? And he said, well, we got one coming up pretty soon. Would you like to go? And I started laughing. I said, well, this is a joke, right? And he goes, no, they're real. And I said, yeah, okay. He goes, you don't believe? And I said, no, I don't believe. He said, okay, well, he goes, you need to go on this expedition with us. So, anyway, signed up for the expedition, took Sandy. And Sandy and I get down there. It's cold, okay? It's really cold. It was in October, first week of October. And we all get together and they show us where our cabins are and that kind of stuff. And I should dress a little bit warmer because I'm a freeze baby, but I didn't. He's got this campfire going and he tells us what the events are going to be like. And, you know, we supply our own food and they supply Sunday's food. And then he tells us where we're going to go, you know, up on top of the hill one day and down on the bottom the next day. And then we all gather and talk about our experiences. Well, okay, like I said, I didn't believe. Okay? And stop it, Nina. So, anyway, so he gets the ATVs out and he asks people, you know, who wants to go up. And you've got some people or a couple of girls that are staying down by the fire. They don't want to go up. And I say, I'll go up, and he takes me up to the top and he drops me off. And I don't have a flashlight. I don't have anything on me. I've got my gun behind me, but I don't have anything on me. And he drops me off and he leaves. Now, when he pulls up there with the ATV, you can see with the headlights that there's chairs for people to sit on, you know, and there's a great big rock there. And he tells everybody, he said, this is our gathering area. I said, all right. So he said, I'm going to go down and get some other people. And I said, all right. So I'm sitting there on one of the chairs, and then I got my head back and I'm looking at the stars, and the stars are just beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Blankets and blankets of stars. And I'm just soaking it in, you know. Now, I'm not afraid of the dark, you know. Out there in the woods, I don't know, I'm kind of stupid, but I'm normally not afraid. Let's put it this way, I wasn't afraid. Anyway, now I kind of get a little wigged out when I go out in the dark because I hear things. But anyway, so I got my head back and I'm paying attention to the stars, and all of a sudden I heard a stick break behind me. So I spun around and I put my hand behind me to grab my gun, and some guy says, "It's just me." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you dumb?" You know, and he said, "Well," he goes, "I saw you move your arm, so I figured I'd tell you I was human." And he comes walking up and he said, "How you doing tonight?" I said, "Fine." And he said, "You want to see through my night vision goggles?" And I said, "Sure, why not?" And picked him up and put him next to my eyes and looked out there and looked around. And when I took them off, I was like, holy crap, I could see better without those things, you know, as far as my eyes were concerned. But anyway, so the rest of the people come up and we're sitting around, and he's telling us to watch this wood line at the top of this hill, this knoll above us. And he said usually if they walk between it, you know, you can actually see their shadows. You can see them walk through it. So we're looking. Now, this guy's got two people with him, and there's 2 or 3 people behind him going through the woods, and I'm sitting there with 2 girls and the one girl's husband, you know, sitting at the chairs, because now I'm freezing to death. Sun's down. I mean, I am cold. And I'm watching and I'm listening. All of a sudden, we hear something thrown out of the woods. So everybody spins around and says, "Did you do that? Did you do that?" We're like, "No, you know, nobody did that." And all of a sudden, another one came. And then one of the guys that was there pointed up on the hill, and he goes, "Right there, right there, right there." And I looked up and I didn't see anything. So I kind of was laughing, you know, I kind of thought it was funny. I thought they were doing this on purpose. Hi, baby cakes. And so we come down off there, nothing exciting happened, and the guys decided they're going to go to bed, so us girls were sitting by the campfire. And we're sitting around and we're talking, and all of a sudden we heard this god-awful scream, howl, roar type scream. I mean, that's all I can call it. It was loud, it was deep, and you could tell it was far away, but it sounded like it was really close. And all of us girls looked at each other and said, "Okay, it's time for bed." So we go to bed, and nothing significant happened that night, right? The next day, we go down to the bottom part. He's got us, we take the ATVs, now we're going down the bottom by the water. And he divides us up into 2 groups. Now, Sandy goes with one group, and I go with another, so we're separated. And the side I'm at, what we do is when we get to our areas, we start building up the fire. And it's not completely dark yet. I mean, under the canopy it's dark, but the sun hasn't really set yet. So the guy comes up and he tells me, he goes, I want you to look at something. And he points up on the hill and he said, you see that up there? And I said, yeah. He goes, right about that area. He goes, I want you to pay attention to that because at night, when the sun sets, he said, if you look up there, you're going to swear it's eye shine because it looks like two eyes. He said, but it's not. It's the buildings up there. And I said, okay, that's fine. So they're setting up their equipment and they're talking to each other, the guys are, and I start hearing stick breaks. And I spun around, I looked up, and they spun around. They said, what was that? And of course, everybody's looking, and we don't see anything. And so they go about their business, and I'm staring this one area, and I had just picked up a handful of sticks, and I've got them in front of me, and I stood up, and when I looked up, I saw eyes. And I was just trying to get new friends. Oh, hi, baby cakes. And so I said, Troy? And he goes, yeah. And I said, you might want to come look at this. And he said, what you got? And I said, eye shine. He goes, no, remember I told you that? He said, I told you that was the building. I said, well, the building, do those lights blink? And he said, he started to laugh and he comes walking over. And he looks and he goes, oh, crap, they're here. And I was like, what? What do you mean they're here? And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, that's one of the alphas. And I just looked at him like he was stupid. I was like, okay. And then he calls the other group. Now, the other group is probably about 60, 75 yards away from us, if not a little bit more, down towards the water. Now, we weren't by the water. And so he calls the group and he tells them, he goes, we got movement over here. And he says, we got company. And the guy on the other line says, he goes, all right, that's cool. We'll come over in a little bit. And so right about that time when he's done, all of a sudden it sounded like someone had opened up a gate full of 20 horses. And they come flying down that hill. And I mean flying. And we're talking, and I do the search and rescue. I've gone up and down. I use the rope and the rappelling. I've got all my equipment. This went straight down from up on top. And I freaked out because I was like, what the heck was that? And I actually stepped in between two guys and I buried my head in the one guy's back because it scared me. I was like, what the heck was that? And they told me that the Sasquatch were coming down. And he said, don't worry about it. They're not going to hurt you. He goes, we do this all the time. I'm like, what? And I said, you're serious, right? He goes, yeah, I'm dead serious. And I said, no, So I figured there had to be a way of hoaxing what they did. I really didn't believe. Okay, so now all that's done, and the people on the other side decide they want to switch places with us because this side's getting all the activity and that side's getting none. So we're walking. Now, Sandy's coming my direction with her team, and I'm going the other direction. And we both heard it at the same time. Sandy got past me, and I got on the opposite side of her, probably 20, 30 feet. And we heard walking to our left and to our right. And they were, you could clearly hear the bipedal footsteps, and they were heavy footsteps. And we'd stop, and it would stop. And then we'd walk a little bit, and we would stop, and it would stop. And then we finally got to the other side, and I'm hanging on for dear life to this guy's arm because I can't see 2 feet in front of me. And he doesn't have a flashlight. He just knows where he's going. Well, to me, that meant that they had everything all set up. You see what I mean? It was all kind of, set up for these people, that come down there for these expeditions. I thought it was all hoax stuff. Until we got to the other side. We get to the other side. Now, there's only 3 of us over there. And I'm building up the fire there because, again, like I said, I'm cold. I'm building up the fire, and there's metal chairs. And I don't want to sit on the metal chairs. And so I'm just walking around picking up sticks, and all of a sudden I get this bam, feeling in my chest. And I stand straight up, and I turn around, and I look towards Troy, and he looks at me, he goes, what's the matter? I said, nothing. He goes, no, really, what's the matter? And I said, I feel like someone's sitting on my chest. And he goes, oh, they're too close. And I said, what? He goes, they're too close, just tell them to back off a little bit. And I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, yeah, you can say it out loud or say it in your head, whatever you want to do. And I just shook my head and rolled my eyes. I was like, yeah, okay. Because I didn't believe him. And so I went about my business, and he goes, did you tell him? He goes, how you feeling? And I said, fine. And I wasn't, I still had that feeling, and it was prickly, my skin was prickly, the hair on the back of my neck was standing up. I felt like I was having a hard time breathing, but I was breathing just fine. And so I decided after he had said that a little bit, I was still picking up wood and walking around and just, just trying to get my mind off of it. And for the heck of it, in my head, I said, you know, in my head, not out loud, I said, can you please back off? You're too close. And I'm telling you, the minute I said that, it was gone. And I turned around, I looked at Troy, and I said, are you telling me that they can read your mind? And, yeah, in Honobbe, Oklahoma. And he said, no. He goes, like a dog can pick up your fear, or, he said, that's the way that they are. And he said, but I wouldn't put anything past them. He goes, so how do you feel? And I said, well, I feel fine now. And I really had to think about that for a while, because I'm a hands-on person, I mean, I don't scare very easy. And that was just a freaky feeling for it to be there and gone. All right, as quick as I said it, it was gone. And then that prickly feeling on the back of my neck was gone. And it just happened like really quick. Well, anyway, so that was when I went back up, I told him, I said, you're doing all this, right? You guys are hoaxing all this stuff. He said, no, we're not. And I said, this just doesn't make any sense to me. And he said, once you start doing this, he goes, it'll start making a little bit more sense. He said, but they are real. And I said, well, I can't tell you, I can't explain the stuff that happened to me while I'm here. I said, but it definitely gives me something to think about. So I started really getting into, watching YouTube videos and reading up on stuff and trying to figure out what if it was real, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to describe what happened, but then my second expedition, it just turned me completely over. At that point, I was done. I was hook, line, and sinker. I saw one. I actually saw one. Well, I actually saw two. But the one was so big that I went back and I actually climbed in my bunk and covered my head, and I had to regroup in my brain. I could not figure out how that was possible. I mean, this thing was so wide and it walked so smoothly that it was impossible. They would have had to put something on rollerblades and pulled it for it to be for it to glide the way it did. And as wide as it was, you could have taken my granddaughter and put it on his shoulders, from head to foot, and it would have wrapped around her, or wrapped around him. It was incredible. And there was a girl there that was 5'11", and that thing made her look like a child. It looked like a child. Yeah, they are. They were expensive. They don't do that anymore. I don't even know if you pay for them anymore. The expeditions down there, because I already paid once. You only have to pay once, and it's to that, the church there. And from that point on, you can go down there whenever you want. I can go down there this weekend if I wanted to, and camp out there. They don't have any problems with that whatsoever. But you just pay once. But that's where I saw my first orb, was in Honobbe. And the last time we were there for the conference is when Kevin from Glagland series came down there. And we had so much activity there. We had the parabolic mic. One of the guys that was in the tents next to us let me and Lizzie use his parabolic mic that he had made. We saw something come out of the woods right down by people, that were sitting down there. They were sitting around a campfire. They had one of those cabana type tents, that you sit in there, and they had this little potbelly stove going, and they were drinking and smoking and talking and blah blah blah, and we could clearly see something come out of the wood line and stand there at the edge of the wood line. And so one of the guys got up and said, come on, let's go check it out. And they went down there, and we didn't see it. It disappeared, so we couldn't tell what it was. It was just pretty tall. When the guys got down there, we looked on the FLIR that he had. They were close to the same size. And so there's so much activity in Honabi. It's great. I mean, it's absolutely great. But then again, I'm saying that, but I've had activity in every place I've gone so far, and I haven't had any that's been really aggressive. I would hate to take somebody else out and have them have a bad encounter and me feel like everything's all hunky dory and sweet. I don't think that they're friendly forest giants, that you can go out and just wrap your arms around. But I think for the most part they are guardians, and I think you're going to run across good ones and bad ones. Yeah, Brandon, be careful what you wish for, because not all of them are nice. And Troy has had quite a few bad encounters, and he's been doing this for 25 years or something like that. I just thought it was funny. I mean, when I first started this, I thought it was a joke. And then when people started talking about orbs, I just rolled my eyes. Honestly, when I first started watching Brown's videos, I thought it was just, a hoax until I saw my first one. So this is why I am the way I am as far as when someone tells me they've seen something. I can't call anybody a liar anymore. Well, I didn't before, but, I don't want to roll my eyes or say, yeah, 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 because I don't know what all's out there. There's things out there that we're learning about that it just freaks me out, totally freaks me out. And I never would have expected to see these guys out there, never. I just saw eye shine. Ooh, I just saw eye shine. I didn't even consider my energy, Brandon. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know that they knew about your intent. You see what I mean? I didn't go out there with a certain intent. I went out there because I didn't believe. I mean, I didn't go out there because I wanted to see one. I wanted to go out and prove. I wanted to go out and prove that Honabi was a lie. Was a hoaxing place. That's why they had all the big pictures of Bigfoot. I just thought it was a joke. Over here, Martha. Let me show you where I saw it. Right about there. Right by that tree right there. I just saw eye shine. Hold on. Exactly, same here, Tony. It's that it just freaked me out, and the reason that I knew that it was an orb after I thought that it was just headlights or something like that is it ended up being one and not two. Sorry, Martha. I can't see it with the phone, but I saw it with my naked eye. Of course, I was looking up and you guys weren't. But I don't know what they are. I mean, I really don't know what they are. But I went out there and we walked towards it, and it backed up, and then when we backed up it came towards us. It was white and it had like a blue hint around the outside. That's all I can explain it. And it was about the size of a basketball. And it was freaky. I don't know what they are. I couldn't tell you. I don't even want to guess. Yeah, Chuck, there's a couple people I know that are gone. Sissy is one of them that's down there, and she goes to National Forest down there. You know, the fake, those silhouettes that they have all over the place. The fake Bigfoot. They have them set up all over the place down there, and you drive by them and you're like, oh yeah, there's another silhouette of a Bigfoot. You'd be surprised how many people have those things in their driveways or in their yards. That's their yard art down there. How close was it to you, Tony? Remember? I forgot. I don't want to mess with orbs either. And my husband and granddaughter saw one too on the property, and I'd never seen one there. I've never seen one. I've never seen one on the property. It just freaks me out. 80 yards. We weren't 80 yards from it. We weren't but maybe 25 yards away from it. It was right there in the tree line. You have concrete on the front yard? I loved it in Florida when they had colored rocks green. It did a number on me. You don't ever recover from it, Matt. I'm telling you, you don't ever recover from it. It stays in your head forever. Oh my gosh, that would freak me out, Martha. Yeah, burying its teeth is not a good thing. Exactly, Tony. Hi, Cher. Yeah, I've been working the past few days. And the weather has been horrible here. If I'd have gone live the other night, I was so wide awake I couldn't sleep and I wanted to go live so bad. But I opened the window and I got blown away. I mean, the wind was horrible. It was raining like crazy. But true, Tony. Once you lock eyes with them, you'll never forget it. It's like they look into your soul. They said the ones in Fouke are aggressive too, and they said the ones in Honaby, some of them are aggressive too, and I have not run across an aggressive one yet. I hope I never do. Although you can, if it was somebody else in my RV when all that stuff happened last weekend, they'd probably say that was aggression, but it wasn't. It was just them playing. They're just a little bit bigger, so when the kids play, it's a little bit louder than our kids. Well, a whole bunch louder. The ones that'll tear you apart. I don't think that they're demonic. I don't think that Sasquatch are demonic. Yeah, I remember that, Nita. Hey Tracy, did you watch my last video from up on the property? Did you hear that crow? Yeah, as many times as I spent down the valley when I was a kid, I'm surprised. But I wouldn't have been paying attention anyway. I was a rotten kid. They probably wanted nothing to do with me. I don't want to go any further than Sasquatch, guys, to tell you the truth. I don't care about anything else right now. Sasquatch is all I can handle because that's real enough for me to throw me off, The thing followed me around. Yeah, well, that crow came up and started yelling at me. Oh, awesome, Nita. That's good to hear, hon. You should start physical therapy too. No, DM is not a Sasquatch. No, nope, and nope. I don't think so. I don't believe that. Now, there are Sasquatch that have longer noses, but they are not DM. I won't say the word, but they are not DM. They're completely different. Lots of people did share, and I didn't see them. Of course, I was having too much fun anyway. Yeah, me too. You keep saying that, Matt. I miss him a lot. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while now, but let me tell you, I don't think I don't know if I would ever recover if I saw a DM that night. The night that I had that nightmare, it kept me, whoa, it kept me basically away from my area for a long time. Yeah, I remember that, Brandon. I yelled at him too. I was like, "Are you crazy?" What I really got mad at him for was when he went down into that DM property on his property there, into that breeding area or whatever it was, and they chased him out. He was by himself. He scared me so bad, but he didn't care. He came back and he was shaken up. If you watch his video, his arms were cut up running through it, man, but he was pretty shaken up. He could barely catch his breath. And when I went down to see him, I yelled at him, and he said, he goes, "I'll never do that again." And I said, "You could have died." He said, "I think if they wanted to kill me, they would have done it a long time ago." And I said, "Yeah, but you can only step out in front of a Mack truck so many times before you're gonna lose." And I said, "Just don't do that anymore." So I was glad when he started taking people out with him. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it if you can find it because all this stuff is gone now. But he was on his ATV, and it was the one right after, or two, I think it was 2 videos after me and Sandy were with him. It says D and Sandy. If you can find, it was a couple of videos after that, because we were down in that area, and he said, "I want to go down there," and I said, "Well, let's go." And he goes, "No," and I said, "Why not?" He goes, "Because I don't want to take girls, I want to take guys." And I said, "You know what?" He said, "No, there's a reason." I said, "All right." So I think it was like 1 or 2 videos after the second D and Sandy one. He went down there by himself, and he shows, and you can see when he comes back up because he walks down there, and when he's videotaping, you can clearly see 2 of them. You see the snouts, the ears, you see everything. It's just and then he takes off running because he turns around. He slowly starts to back off until they come after him. And he starts to run, and when he gets up to his ATV, his arms are just cut up from running through the thickets. And he's huffing and puffing, barely catching his breath. And I was so mad. Oh my gosh, I was so mad. I said, "Don't you ever do that again." He always laughed at me. He goes, "Well, then come back down here, bait." He calls me bait. Yeah, I miss Robert too. Anyway, so Robert Dotson's, he's passed away. So his stuff is gone now. I don't know if you can even find it anymore. I think they shut down his channel. Nita? Oh yeah, do you guys know why he got that property? The people that originally had bought the property where Robert Dodson was, they turned around and said and backed out of moving there because when they went down there to check out the property, there was an ATV down there. The second time they went back, they found the ATV in the tree. And they said, "Oh, I don't think so." There was an ATV in the tree. I remember Robert telling me that. He was laughing. And he didn't have that RV in the beginning. He stayed in the well, I guess it's more like a garage. That's where Sandy and I slept, and he slept in the RV once he got it. There's a few, but there's not the ones back from when it was me and, I mean, I looked for it. I wish I would have had a way to upload that video of me and Sandy, the couple of them, and put them on my channel, but I couldn't. Oh, I believe they eat meat. I believe they eat both. I think they're just like us. They're omnivores. And they're opportunistic. They'll eat. Oh, my stomach's telling me I'm hungry. They're opportunistic. They'll eat what's there. They've people have said that they've eaten stuff that was rotted, just like the Native Americans did. Oh, yes, I believe you do. Not all of it, though, Maury. Some of it's missing. I noticed that last time I got to his channel. No, his daughter doesn't like me. I try to treat Robert with naturopathic medicine, and she stopped talking to me because the doctor said it was snake oil, basically. Yeah, I know, right? I wasn't even invited to the funeral. It made me cry. I cried so hard. Really? I'm gonna have to go check again. All I know is that I could not find my video. And I couldn't find the one I wanted. But the one, my favorite is Bigfoot is, I'll just say ticked off because I don't like the other word. That's my favorite when he goes and chases him. It's behind me there. Right there. It's Bigfoot Hunter, Robert Dodson. Some of them, yeah. Me too. I especially love it when they come here and mess with me at my house. That's so much fun. Listen to this. You don't even hear a cricket out here. Oh, yeah. Don't get me started, Cher, on Big Farm. They still have at least a half a dozen drugs that there's lawsuits against that they're still selling on the market because they've actually killed people and they're still selling them. Yeah, not Bigfoot Revenge, but Bigfoot is Pissed, which you can say that. Yeah, I'll eventually. I'm still 200 and something away. I'll get there eventually. Oh yeah, absolutely. I know that's at least 10 foot. That's the same, and that identical. When people show me eye shine, and I don't believe it's eye shine because that one right there, that is Sasquatch eye shine. They're completely different shape. They do not look like deer eyes. I'm sorry. Or owl eyes. When someone says that's a deer or an owl, oh heck no. They're not even shaped the same. It's so obvious. It's crazy. Once you see one, like I said, if any of you guys have actually seen eyes with the Sasquatch behind it, they don't look anything like owls or deer. You can't mistake them. And I don't care what color they are either. Because I've seen blue eye shine here. What animal has blue eyes? Now green, yeah, I can understand the green. Because green can be lots of stuff. Yeah, unless it's the baby. But I'm saying the shape of the eyes when its eyes shine at night, they don't look like owls. Neat, huh? Exactly, Tracy. Exactly. When they look at you, they're looking into you. It's so hard to say to people. You know, I've been face to face with a bear, and that look on their face is not, you know, I mean, that in their eye, you just don't trust them. I mean, you can tell just by looking at that eye, you just don't trust them. It's nothing like looking in a Sasquatch face. Nothing. There's it. It just goes right through you. Okay, Martha. Well, Joe hasn't showed up tonight. Bob from Bigfoot in Germany didn't show up tonight. A lot of people didn't show up tonight. I wonder how many people are working. Well, Bob said he had just woken up. Well, Brandon, do you see any that says D and Sandy? I'd have to go get on my computer because I'm on my phone right now. Yeah, it's 3:30 here. And in about 20 minutes, all this is going to end anyway because my kids get ready to go to work. Yeah, there's two videos that say Sandy and D. It's the second video that we see the eye shine. And that's the night that Robert put. Usually he takes one of us up there, drops us off, goes down and get the second one, brings them up, and then we stay there. And then he does the same thing on the way down. Well, that night he put us both on the ATV and took us down. He was flying. I have an iPhone 5, Tracy. He was flying down there. I mean, I don't have much padding, you know. I mean, and that thing hurt. And when we got down to the bottom, welcome back, Martha. When we got down to the bottom, Sandy and I both said, we're getting off, you know, because it hurt because he was going so fast. I said, what is your problem? And he said, we were surrounded up there. And I said, really? He said, yeah. And we got off the ATV just at that place. Do you remember when he saw he got the picture of the juvenile? Right there is where Sandy and I had gotten off the ATV. See, that's what I'm telling you, Ramona. I can't find them. They're missing. Hey, Jeremy. Long time no see. That's what I'm saying. There's quite a few videos that are gone. And I was kind of hoping I could get that video and put it on my channel, but if somebody could talk to Robert's daughter that's not me. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it, Tony. Like I said, she don't like me. Yeah, I like the iPhone. I like the camera on the iPhone. I've had other phones, and I always go back to the iPhone. It just has all my medical stuff on it that I want. And I'm familiar with it, so. Well, I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to ask Gabe tomorrow if he'll contact his friend to find out if we can camp at that area. And then maybe next weekend, weather permitting, instead of me going to the property, I'll go down to that area. It sounds to me, guys, like this place that Gabe was talking about. It's a park, and it's got a whole bunch of trails on it, but there's a section that's been sectioned off that all the trails have been closed off by great big huge trees. Yeah, right, Matt. That's what I'm saying. The pictures that you see on YouTube of Sasquatch, their eyes are beady like gorillas, and they're not. And I've told people that they're not that close together. I don't know why they draw them that way. It's in Boonville, Arkansas, Ramona, or it's below Boonville, somewhere out there. And I want to go because it's almost like a refuge area. And he said he went out there and there's structures, there's all kinds of stuff out there, and he knew they were there. You know, Gabe's been with me to Fouke, he's been with me on the property, and of course he's been here, and he's had some encounters with his friends out in the woods. But when he went there, you know, they just went fishing. That's all they did, and he wasn't even thinking about it until he got that feeling. And when he got that feeling, he was like, "Hey, we're not alone." And so. Yeah, I really want to go back there, and I'm pretty sure that he said that you're allowed to camp there, and if they are, I want to go camping there. Yes, I'll definitely take you with me. I don't know if we'll have any service there, but I'll definitely take you with me. If I have a service there, which I might get better service there than here, I'll definitely go live. Now there I will take flashlights and stuff like that. I mean, I won't go out walking in the woods too far because I don't know the area. Yeah, the ones on my property, they're not amber color, they're more yellow. You know, a little bit on the amber color. I think the younger ones have the different color eyes, and I also think it has a lot to do with whatever you shine at them. They might, Ramona. I don't know. They got everything. They got everything. They got invited. I mean, I don't want to talk about that. Anyway. Yeah, I've seen kind of like almost a white color, you know, eye, a yellowish amber, and a blue. The only green eyes I've ever seen here were other animals, but mostly they're amber. Yeah, I can ask them. They are such nice people. They really are nice people. I would love for my husband and I to do what they do. I would love to be, you know, in that position, because I would definitely go. Like I said, there's so many places I'd like to go. And what's really good is if you have a good rapport with most of the Sasquatch, then there's a good possibility, you know, that wherever else you go, you'll have the same thing. Yeah, during the day they're white. Well, the one at the window, his or hers eyes were black, and I did see whites. You know, people say that there's no whites to their eyes, but I saw whites to their eyes. The one in the window, I did anyway. And Tracy, I've only seen red eyes once, and that was in Honabi. I mean, they were red. That thing was ticked off, but that's after Troy did that ape call. They went from an amber color to a red, and I saw it. And he said, I ticked them off. And then when we went to leave, the trail we went to leave on, that we'd come in on, had a bunch of, tree limbs and stuff in it. So we had to move it before we could go get out of the woods. Good night, Nita. Love ya. Hugs. God bless. Take care, hubby, and yourself. Yeah, there's enough of us, Matt, that are close enough to each other that we could actually do that. We could meet up someplace and I mean, heck, there's so many places in Oklahoma to go. Love you too, Nita. You got Talamina State Park. You've got I mean, I could name a ton of them. There's so many places to go. But I would only go in the places that I feel comfortable in going, because some of those places that they say they have DM, and I'm not going to go spend the night there. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to put anybody's life in danger. And I definitely don't want a bunch of people that I don't know if they know even how to shoot or use a gun. That kind of stuff scares me worse than being in the woods. Yeah, I know, Cher. A lot of people live too far away. But Ramona, Matt, and I, and a couple people live real close here. Exactly, Tracy. People said they don't, but I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it. Oh, I'll go to Brown Springs. Heck yeah. Texas invited us down there, you know. Why wouldn't you stay the night? I'd stay the night. Oh, Michael. You gotta play the lottery first, hon. I don't play the lottery. Let me get my scrubs working, and then I'll have a pot just for helping people come to the property or go out squatching. Yeah, it's scary to me when you join a group of people that are going out on an expedition and they all have weapons. You don't know if any of those people actually know how to use the weapons. And to me, that's scary. They pull that gun out for no reason and just start shooting. Yeah, DDoS and Tex, both of them, they've invited me down many times. Right now, he won't take you. Because right now, he's going through some hard times. He'll be back, though. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are trigger happy. They have a gun in their hand a couple times, they think they know how to use it, but they'd be pulling that gun out in an instant if there's something they didn't know, and that's just dangerous. I wouldn't pull that gun out unless I was intended on shooting, and I had a target. What are you going to Brown Springs for, Ramona? I don't know, I can't play the lottery. I'd be afraid to spend a buck. Oh, cool. I gotta get down there to a place in southeast Oklahoma with a family that's having some, right here, a family that's having some issues with Sasquatch down there. I've been talking to them on the phone, but I think they need an intervention. I was going to ask Dee to go since he was closer, but then his dad passed away, so now I gotta wait. Because I don't want to go down there by myself. I mean, I don't have a problem going by myself, but my husband would have a fit. He doesn't get mad and stuff like that when I go, but just, he's older. When I leave him, he gets upset. It's too long of a drive to take him. They're down there by Hugo. They're right below Hugo. And they're having some horrible stuff going on. And Matt, Siege of Honaby, I'm sorry, but I believe it was their fault. They planted pea grass. They shot their deer in the front yard. You know, they put them in the shed right there next to the house and in the freezer. You don't dress out your kill in your front yard, and I think that's why they had such a hard time, because the Sasquatch went up there. All the deer were coming up to the property. You know, they would shoot them right there and dress them out and hang them up in the shed and then stick them in their freezer by their front door. I think that would tick off a Sasquatch. You're calling every predator in the neighborhood. Yeah, I miss Boo horribly. I don't know when I'm going down next. I just got through talking to Sandy, and she wants me to send her some yarrow seeds so she can plant them, but I think I'll find her the yarrow plants down there instead. But I'd like to start going every weekend if I had the money to go. And I'm not asking for money, people. I'm just saying I just don't have it. I'm working now so we can get caught up on our bills. And the last thing I need to do is spend, because it cost me over $100 to go just because of my truck. You know, it's a 2.5 hour drive. It sucks up gas like crazy. And I got a brand new truck. But it's a lot of gas, and then the money for the ice, because we have no electricity and no water, so we have to bring all that. Right, Matt. And then when they'd come out and steal it, they would, instead of knowing what they were, they just took pot shots at them. That's what started it. So I can't, and I've heard it from a lot of people down there. There's so many more people that have had non-aggressive encounters than aggressive encounters. And the people in the area where the siege was at, those people have more aggressive because they started it. What kind of plant book, Ramona? What are you talking about? Wild edibles? Yeah, I wouldn't do that, Maury, ever. I'd dress everything out in the woods, leave everything like there, and bring the rest. Yeah, Ramona, what's the guy's name? What you want is that guy in Oklahoma. What is his name? Dang it. I can't remember. I'll get it to you. Yeah, it really happened. Yeah, it really did happen. I'll get you the name of it, Ramona, but it's a guy in Oklahoma that does it, and those are indigenous to Oklahoma. Because there's a lot of those books that'll tell you other stuff, but they're in northern states, and they're lookalikes here will kill you. Ram 2500. I've always had trucks. I'm a truck person. My husband's got a little hybrid car, and I've got a truck. I can't stand cars. I've been a truck person for years. When I lived in Florida, I had trucks. I just can't stand cars. I've been in too many accidents, almost died. I want some steel around me. Yeah, but they're saying that even the Battle of LaFleur wasn't exactly how they stated it was either. There's so many versions of that story, it's incredible. Talk to the natives down there about LaFleur. You know, there's 3 different places that have 3 different versions. They're similar, but they're 3 different versions. Yeah, I have my 2500 and my 36-foot RV. And I could live in it, actually. I'm praying. There's a lady at work that said that she needs a 6-bedroom house, and I'm praying to God that her and her daughter will be able to financially afford it. And if they can, I might get my house sold. I told her it needed some work, but she doesn't care. She needs 6 bedrooms. Yeah, Ramona, there's if you go to the Choctaw, the Cherokee, and one other one, they all three have similar stories for LaFleur, but there's differences. So I can't believe we've been going for almost 4 hours. It's not Chickasha, no. I can't remember not Chickasaw. I can't remember the name of it's not one that I normally hear. I hear you walking. Yeah, it's Chickasaw. Yeah, I hear walking too. It's about time for them to go. Whoa. There's a cat on the roof. I think that there's a lot of Sasquatch that do not like barking dogs, especially the little yappers. They don't like them very much. .351, we have 10 minutes until the lights come on. The lights come on and they take off. If there's one here, it'll take off. Yeah, I hear it. I'd like to know seriously how they could stand out there all this time and just stare and do nothing. Once in a while make step here or step there. You guys all hear it. It makes me crazy. And it's just one step. One step. Good night, Treva. Yeah, we're a crazy bunch here. But welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Yay, Chuck. Yay, 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 yay. Awesome. Good to hear. I've only been growled at once, but I think it was just because I got too close. And I'm not sure if I got growled at by I don't know what I got growled at by. Yeah, Maury, I don't either. I like big dogs. I'm a German Shepherd person or Rottweiler. Yeah, I'm a late night person. You're here with all of us night owls. None of us sleep. And sometimes we activity and sometimes we don't. But good night. Yeah, because I heard it growl. I swore I heard it growl. Boo-hoo what, Tony? Oh yeah, when they growl at you, it is intense. You feel it. Just kind of rattles your inside. It's eerie, I'll tell you that. I don't think anybody else heard the growl, Martha. That's why I didn't make a big deal out of it. 'Cause that's what I swore I heard them growl. And I'll do the same thing on the property if they growl. So don't you growl at me. No growling allowed. You be nice. And then I can walk away shaking. Yeah, I know. It was here on the property, at my house here. Wasn't it the night that I went outside, guys? I don't put out cameras, though. I don't put out any cameras, Chuck. I sit at the window like this, but I don't put anything outside. I don't even put my audio recorder outside, which I should do. Yeah. I think it was the night I went outside. Oh yeah, with the new one. Oh yeah, Lizzie said she didn't hear it. And I think I said I didn't know if I was hearing things. But I hear the growling. When it growls, it doesn't sound like a lion roaring sometimes now. It just sounds like a rumble in your chest. And if I get that, I'll be like, don't you growl at me. Because does that make any sense to you guys? You don't really hear it, you more feel it. It's like a rumbling. Yeah, it's on the video. I remember what you're talking about now, Martha. Yeah, they don't have to make noise when they... Not your, but anyone that has, yeah. If, exactly, Tony, like a crocodile when it rumbles. Exactly, you feel it more than you hear it. I don't know, a couple of people asked me to go outside, share, and I took the phone and I went outside. But they didn't like that very much either. Yep, it certainly does. You're like, what do I do now? So the best thing for me to do, the best thing for me to do is just talk to them. You know, like when I say don't growl at me or don't throw things at me, I don't turn and run. I don't necessarily freeze. I just take a second to figure out what I want to do. I'll either slowly back up, facing whatever it is, and I'll slowly back up, or I'll just turn and walk off. Video on YouTube titled Bigfoot and Texarkana. Check it out. What about it? No, it didn't take long for me to come back in because it started messing with my phone, number one. Number two, off to the off to the left-hand side by Sandy's van over there. I can't see behind it, and I just kind of got a little on the nervous side. I definitely heard movement, though. I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be out here. I don't think they liked it very much. It's easier for me to stay in my window. I will go out, though, once in a while. If they're in good moods. Yeah, Martha, weren't you the one that said don't go out there? Aren't you the one that said no, don't go out there? Okay, I'll watch it. Good night, Belle. I'm getting ready to go anyway. Yeah, I don't listen much. Prayers. God bless. Sleep well. Have a blessed day. Be kind. I'm going to go ahead and go. It's 4 o'clock, guys. So I'll go ahead and end this live stream. And like I said, I don't work today. So I might fall asleep for a couple hours here in a little bit. I'm not really tired. But maybe I'll work on my book. And then if anything happens tonight, I'll go back on tonight. But I missed all of you guys. It was hard not being here. It's horrible when the weather's bad. But thank you guys all for hanging with me. I appreciate it. I love y'all. Thank you again all for your help. It really was incredible. Helped us out so much. But you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye. You guys say goodbye first. Bye. 1, 2, 3, bye. Come on. 1, 2, 3, bye. You hang up first. No, not wait, Tony. Bye. I'm hanging up now. Ready? Ready, Mark? Get set? Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. Okay, wait. Never mind. Bye.